We're back on STL Live, and I'm joined by Gelinda, Connell, and Brandon Cavanagh from Grow Fest. It's hard to believe this is the 10th year, is that right?
That's right.
10 years in the Grove. The Grove has grown a lot, too, in those past 10 years.
It has. It has, exponentially. We're experiencing a great deal of growth right now. So
let's talk about Grow Fest this year. What's new, what's different for those who haven't been? What is it?
What is Grow Fest? Grow Fest is, we like to call it an outrageous, eclectic street festival. And what we aim to do is have a lot of diversity come in as far as entertainment and things to do, vendors. Grow Fest is going to be bigger than ever this year since it's the 10th year. All of the food and beverage is really exciting to us because all of that comes from Grove restaurateurs, establishments in the Grove. So all of the food and beverages that will be consumed by the participants will all come from the Grove. And we have a lot of international cuisine, like we've got Afghani cuisine, Russian cuisine. We have Middle Eastern, lots of different things. So that's one of the really exciting things about Grove Fest this year. The other thing there's so much that's exciting. We have typically had 2 stages. This year we're going to have 1 stage. And one of the reasons behind that is because we've really upped our game this year. We have invited in or have been lucky enough to have national music acts. So this year we're going to have St. Motel and Charlie Tuna, and we'll also have local favorite Kim Massey. And we're really excited to be able to bring that to St. Louis. So music is a part of it. Street performers are another part of it. We'll have fire performers, hula hoopers. We'll have a fashion show.
We'll have a fashion show. We were kind of talking about this. Our tagline this year is a decade of debauchery, and
not always something that people want to promote. Sure. But
it really did start off. 10 years ago, I wasn't around. I think Gelinda may have been around then.
I wasn't.
The Grove was a much smaller, arguably maybe more debaucherous place. 10 years later, here we are, and everybody has children. And everybody has families, and so we're really focusing this year on trying to tie in a family aspect in a kids area. So we're going to have an entire zone for kids. There's going to be a little stage there. There'll be some children performers. There'll also be some singers. There'll be maybe a kids karaoke. So it's going to be a puppet show. Going to be a lot of fun things happening there. And then there will also be a fashion area where we're going to have the first annual Grove sponsored sort of drag show. It's going to be for drag queens and kings, and that'll run that evening. It'll be bookended by fashion shows as well as the first annual Grove Fest Bearded Beauty Pageant, which will be taking place that evening as well. So we've got really something for everybody.
It's interesting what you're saying because, the Grove has grown, I think, in terms of residents, people moving down there over the past 10 years, as well as businesses. So do you feel that each year of Grove Fest, it kind of reflects that growth and that diversity that you're talking about?
Most definitely. As we experience the growth of the neighborhood with folks moving in, and we also experience the growth of different businesses moving in, the evolution, we have to take a look at what it is that we're doing and say, what do we think would really complement this district this year? What do we think folks are, who's got their ear to the ground, who wants what? So we've definitely listened to and paid attention to what's going on in the district when we planned the event.
Do you think most of the people who come have been just neighborhood residents, or is it now just everyone from all over St. Louis who come?
We have a fantastic mix of people. Of course, it's really easy to be there if you live in the neighborhood, and I think that that's a big plus for living in the neighborhood. But we tend to draw a lot of people from the St. Louis metropolitan area. Last year we had 25,000 people attend, so that's well over the amount of people that are in the neighborhood. Folks are coming from all over to experience Grow Fest.
And I think that's something that's really at the root of the festival, is to bring people down to the neighborhood that maybe otherwise don't know about it. And it's been largely successful at that and grown over the past 10 years. And now we're at a point where we're saying, okay, what can we really do to heighten the festival all around and bring even more people out? Because the Grove is ever expanding. There's all kinds of new things going in terms of new builds, rehabbing old buildings, and businesses opening up everywhere. So the more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Well, it's taking place coming up in October. It's that first weekend of October. We've got the information there for you on the screen. It's Grove Fest, October 3rd from 2 to 10 p.m. right there on Manchester between Arco and Sarah. For tons of pictures, you can go to the website at thegrovestl.com. If you have questions, you can email Gelinda at the email address right there on your screen. But there's more. We're still going to talk more about Grove Fest, so don't go anywhere. We'll return with Gelinda and Brandon after this short break.